Thank you, Sabina. I had also been waiting to meet you, and it's a wonderful day that at last we have met, and it seems we know each other since a long time. So it's great, and welcome to India, and I hope you're feeling all right. So we are very happy, and as you know, my name is Moon Sharma, and I work for Tara Projects, which is a Fairtrade organization based in Delhi.
So, Appa, could you tell me more about Dara projects, please?
Tara Projects is a fair trade organization, and it's working based on, we have 10 principles. We are a member of World Fair Trade Organization, and also we have a federation in India. We are also working, we are the member of this organization. In fact, my father was one of the founder of it. And we make handicrafts, fashion jewelry. The aim of Tara Project is to support the marginalized artisans and work in deserving communities and to support the artisans and empower especially the women. So we have many self-help groups and we give trainings to them, and they can make jewelry. We have a big unemployment problem in India. So cottage industry, which is also dying, it's very important that we revive it. And we create livelihood, and especially for those who are in need. And of course, the whole work is based on some principles, and they are very important. That's why we say it fair trade. Because as you know, in commercial trade, it's full of exploitation, and there are no good wages, and child labor is used, women are exploited. So our role is to fight against these norms and fight against poverty and support artisans, especially these women. Well, Tara was started by my parents and a Dutch missionary sister. I've seen as a child them working in with the so-called untouchables. There's nobody untouchable by law, but we have a caste system and a social discrimination. And I saw, and I was very sensitive what has been happening. When they used to work, I used to go with them in the neighborhood. So they had been integrating with those marginalized people and had some livelihood generation program. So I thought it's really important to work for society and for the people who are less privileged than you. And so you make your life meaningful, and at the same time you do something for society. So it was really inspiring to see them, what they were doing, and I felt responsible, and I said somewhere we have to do something to support those who are in need.
Appa, can I ask you, what does fair trade mean to you?
So in fact, fair trade is my life. I've spent large part, of my life being in fair trade. Since I was student, I got involved, and I think it's very meaningful. It has developed me as a person, and we could be the catalyst in supporting so many people in societies, send children to school, and help the women to organize them and create livelihood based on ethical values. So I think if we want to really change the world and we want to have a peace, then economic justice is very important, and that's only fair trade can bring. So fair trade, I think that's everything for me. Whatever I do, because we have a principle. So when we talk of gender equality, for example, fair wages, environment, and creating livelihood for the people who need it. So they really give you the real meaning of your life, and how can you contribute to society, and that I could do with fair trade. So fair trade is everything for me. I think so.
Appa, can I ask you about the fair trade movement in India?
Fairtrade have existed in India since 60s, 70s, and Tara is also one of the oldest organization in India. There are others also. At the moment, we have more than 100 organizations who are working with Fairtrade principles. In 2000 year, we also have network, and that's called Fairtrade Forum India. I'm in the board of Fairtrade India right now as a treasurer, and it is working to promote Fairtrade in India, to create awareness among the students, and I mean that's very important, you know, in India, because Europe Fairtrade is more known, but India, of course, it is awareness is increasing. But still a lot to be done, and so our network play a very important role, and we are trying to promote fair trade as much as in India.
Appa, what's the most rewarding part of your job?
Of course, fair trade it means a lot to me. It's because I've spent most part of my life being part of this movement. And it's great that if you can create livelihood, because that's very important, and especially we had been working with the women, and I have met the women in the villages who were not even allowed to come out of their houses. They couldn't speak, but you could see in their eyes that they wanted to do something. They wanted to come out of their house. They wanted their own identity, and it was not possible. And I could be catalyst there, and I could support them to come out of that. It was a whole process, and it's amazing and very rewarding experience when you see them that today they are able to speak, and they are sending their children to school, and they are able to say what they wish, and they get respect in their families, they get their identity, and they are also having their own income. Before they were dependent on their mans, and they were really, I mean, they were something like, I mean, they were nothing, you know, in the house, just to produce children and take care of the house. That was all. And today I know the leaders who are running small micro enterprises and are able to change their own lives, and are also helping other women to change their lives. And I think that's great when you see this social change. So that's very rewarding for me.
Appa, what advice would you offer someone anywhere in the world to buy ethically, fair trade and sustainably?
First of all, it's very important to be aware, and if you're a student, if you have enough education, I hope you understand what's happening in this world, and our trading system or economic system is not just. There is no equality, and you see commercial businesses full of exploitation, and these big multinational companies, they are making so much money on the basis of others, and which is not right for our planet. And I will request, and I don't know if I can advise, but I'll request all the consumers who are conscious. I will ask them to buy fair trade handicraft, fair trade food, because you have the power, you know, consuming power, and you can change the world, and that's only possible when you consume fair trade food and you buy fair trade products. So you can bring a lot of change in your life, in this world, and also in the lives of the producers who have who are making these products, because they get better wages. They also the goods are environment friendly. We don't use plastic, and also the goods are made without any child labor. And through fair trade is a holistic approach, because of course we create livelihood generation, but at the same time we are involved in education programs, environment, gender equality. So, and that's possible through fair trade. So please buy fair trade products and change the world for the betterment, because we need peace today, and that's possible through fair trade. Thank you.
Apa, could you tell me about your future initiatives or projects at Dara Projects?
Of course, it's very important that we continue to work in this direction and to continue to find work for our artisans. And because we have an impact over nearly 500 families, so we want that it sustains. And that's of course possible through marketing and find conscious consumers. And we are also working in agriculture field because a lot of our food is contaminated and there's so much pesticides is used. So we are working in this direction. That's one of our new project. And also we have a high crime rates and especially against the women. Of course, it's a worldwide phenomena, but in our countries it's not easy, and the women still are not considered equal. So we are fighting for our rights, but there is a hard reality, and many young girls are abused or are the victim of crime. So we have started self-defense project for them, and also language speaking and supporting them, sponsorship programs, and that's possible through Fairtrade and through the responsible consumption of what we produce and or what we make.